time for high school basketball on your local sports leader, 97.9 XFM. Let's go courtside for pregame information.
Championship game of the 80th Annual National Trail Conference Basketball Tournament at Altamont Community High School. I'm Greg Sapp, Matt Robinson alongside. Melissa's back at the studios. Wayne's here with the live audio and video stream at 979xfm.com. And a lot of you are here tonight, too, for this championship game between the top seed and the 2 seed, the Dieterich Moving Maroons and the St. Anthony Bulldogs. We have a lot of things planned tonight. We'll, of course, have the game. There'll be an all-tournament team afterward. We'll honor the conference scholarship winners at halftime. And a pregame visit, local state representative John Cavaletto, who has a very special proclamation to share. So let's take a break, Melissa. Back with more on the pregame show. It's Dieterich and St. Anthony, championship of the NTC tournament. Back in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Culver's of Effingham supports all local athletes. All teams, stop by in your uniform after the game for a free One Scoop Sundae.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today. Morrow Shoes, Boots, and Repairs, your Tony Alauman Red Wing dealer, congratulates all the teams and wishes them the best. Stop by and see Morrow's today. Martin's IGA Plus has everything you'll need to make a great meal, from certified Angus beef, fresh fruits and vegetables, and mouth-watering bakery items. Check us out at martinsiga.com.
Wabash Tire and Auto Repair pregame show. For selection, value, and service, will drive you happy.
Back at Altamont. Can you find out what Mr.
I will see what he's saying.
Thank you. All right, we're back getting ready for the championship game of the NTC Conference Tournament, as it's the top seed, Dieterich, and the number 2 seed, St. Anthony. So 1 and 2 are going to play in the championship game. We've had some different things happen over the course of the day today as far as seeds, and earlier in the week, too. To recap what's happened earlier today in the 7th place game, Stewart's and Strasburg beat Windsor 59-45. Consolation championship game went to Altamont. They defeated Cowden Herrick 73-61. In the 3rd place contest, South Central got a win over St. Elmo Brownstown 59-47. And coming up now, Dieterich and St. Anthony. And really, Matt, the only seeds that have held are 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mean, and we kind of expected something to be not off, but the seeds not quite to follow because of the way this is a very competitive, balanced tournament this year. Dieterich was the clear one, but after that, you just never knew what could happen on any given night. And but St. Anthony did do what they needed to do to get the win and get the wins that they needed to get into this championship contest.
We have a special presentation, as we said on the intro a moment ago, and high school principal Jerry Kachuk's working to help coordinate this with Kurt Becker, who helped put it together, and Charlie Niehaus, of course, at the PA, and we're just about ready for that now. So let me check with Charlie.
My understanding from what Mr. Kachuk was trying to tell us is that they would not start anything until the teams come back up. They were going to hold the clock at about 4 minutes. Now,
okay, well, that's different than I knew. So thank you. Appreciate getting that update then. Very good. So let me quickly remind you how these teams got here. Tournament for St. Anthony started back on Tuesday night. For Dieterich on Tuesday night, as they got a win over Beecher City, 80-35. Then in semifinal action on Thursday, St. Elmo Brownstown gave them all they wanted. Even without Travis Niemerg, though, Dieterich prevailed 51-47 to move into the championship game. You'll remember Travis injured an ankle in the Tuesday game. St. Anthony, meanwhile, won over Neoga Wednesday night, 39-25. And then last night, the Bulldogs got a win over South Central by a count of 47-30. So that's how these two teams have advanced to the championship game here tonight, just a few minutes away. We're trying to coordinate down on the floor with up here in our broadcast area. Meanwhile, a brass ensemble from all of the National Trail Conference schools, they did this last year or a couple of years ago, and it was highly successful. These kids are all professionals, so they were able to get together and practice probably once, and it turned out to be a beautiful rendition of our national anthem. So people are looking up here at me, but I think we need to be looking at Charlie. Now we've got the clock stopped. So all right. I'm checking here if we could find Charlie. If we can get Charlie Niehouse's attention down at the scorer's table, then he can fire up this microphone, and we'll visit with the representative. Charlie's still checking his lineups, though. So somebody listening over there on the radio can tap Charlie on the head. That would be nice. We may have to send him a text. Anyway, here comes Dieterich back, and my understanding is they're going to get both teams back out here on the floor, and then we're going to have the ceremony. So I think we're good to go here. Dieterich's back up. St. Anthony's going to come back up here in a minute, and then I think we'll be ready to rock and roll here. And we appreciate State Representative Cavaletto being our guest. And now Charlie to the microphone here.
Welcome to the championship game for the 80th annual NTC tournament. This year, the champion will either be the Bulldogs of St. Anthony or the Lutheran of Dieterich. Before we start tonight, we have a few words from the great staff of WFDL and Illinois State Representative John Cavaletto.
All right, thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Charlie, and good evening, everybody, up here in the Crow's Nest. We are very privileged to have as our special guest tonight local State Representative John Cavaletto from Salem. Please make the representative welcome, would you? He's a coach from long time standing, so I know he doesn't want to hold up the start of a game. He knows what's going on here. But, Representative, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with you. And I understand this is the 80th annual tournament here. I would say probably it's the longest tournament, consistent run tournament in the state of Illinois. So I will congratulate you. In the 99th General Assembly, the Illinois House of Representatives, certificate of recognition, congratulations on the 80th Annual National Trail Conference Boys Basketball Tournament. This is presented by the House of General Assembly to the 99th General Assembly.
Very good. Thank you. We've stopped the clock when we did because that'll give the kids a little more time to get loosened up before we start the game. But as I alluded a moment ago, you were a longtime coach and a school official in the Salem School District,
yes.
I know.
And I coached basketball at Mater Dei and Breeze for 15 years. So I think people have heard of that school. It's a decent basketball school.
That's for sure. So you understand about what it's like, a game like this.
I do. I most certainly do. And I know that everybody's getting ready to play, and they're getting sitting on needles and pins, and I know the boys are wanting to play, and they don't want to listen to me anymore. So good luck to both of the teams.
Very good. Thank you. That's State Representative John Cavaletto. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Very good. Special proclamation from the Illinois General Assembly honoring our 80th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. Charlie, back to you.
And now, please stand with your eyes. The director against the East Field.
all-star assemblage of students from throughout the National Trail Conference. They got together and a wonderful performance presentation of our national anthem. How cool. An all-star brass ensemble.
I tell you, it's just a really neat way that they've incorporated all the schools throughout the evening of this championship night of the basketball tournament. And it's a lot of fun to see the kids all working together and having a great time. And it's also fun to look up on the stage and see the players that have been competing against each other that are now here watching this championship game tonight and enjoying themselves as a part of a group.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate Representative Cavaletto being here. Kurt Becker put that together. Thanks for our friends at Altamont and NTC for helping allow that to occur. Starting lineups on the way in a minute here. Dieterich and St. Anthony, the championship of the NTC tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports. Russ Broniker Cadillac, Buick, and GMC, located on South Route 45 in Effingham, proud supporters of our local and area high school sports teams.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Look at the starting lineups for tonight's championship game of the National Trail Conference Tournament. St. Anthony, the 2 seed, obviously the visitors. They are 14-7 this year under Cody Rinker. Kyle Hartke will start at a guard spot, 5'11 junior. Kyle with 17 tournament points. Connor Green, a 5'11 senior with 13 points in the tournament. Derek Rios, man in the middle. He'll be busy tonight with both Niemerg and Heron going for Dieterich. He's a 6'5 senior, has 11 tournament points. And then the Gardewine brothers will start. Andrew, the 6'4 senior with 14 tournament points. Zach, the 6'3 senior with 6 tournament points. St. Anthony hasn't scored many points, but in actuality, they haven't had to, as they've held their opponents to very few points.
Yeah, they've just been playing tremendous defense, and they know sometimes they struggle to score, so keep your opponents under your total. No matter how many you put up, if they score less, you win. Cody's
very open about that, about the fact that the team has struggled to score, and so the defense has saved their bacon in many occasions. Now, the home team, the 22-0 team, the number 2 team in the state in Class 1A basketball. The starting lineup for Dieterich. The Moving Maroons will go with Alex Bonoff at the guard spot. He has 28 tournament points. Lance Niemerg, the other guard, he has 11 tournament points, pardon me. Travis Niemerg, the big 6'5 junior, will start in the middle. He was the big question mark tonight because of the ankle injury he suffered in Tuesday's game, but he's going to go tonight, says Jeff Stacer. So Travis is going to start. Devin Heron, the big 6'6 senior, at a forward spot. He has 23 tournament points. By the way, Travis got 14 in the one game he was able to play before he got injured. He didn't play in Thursday night's game, remember. And Nick Feldick, the other starter for Dieterich, the 6'1 junior, has 17 tournament points. So we are just about ready now for the introduction of the lineups to the crowd. It is a festive atmosphere here tonight. St. Anthony has a very strong representation, and I believe everybody in Dieterich is here tonight.
Tell you what, there's a lot of people here. There's still room for you. Get you in a spot or two. But what a nice crowd. What a great crowd for this NTC championship game. And I remember a newspaper article that came out several years ago from the Decatur paper, and it listed the best matchups, the best rivalries, and they said best atmosphere for a high school basketball game is the NTC championship game at Altamont. Doesn't matter who's playing in it, it's always a blast.
I'll never argue that, not for a minute. Boy, what a big crowd here, and we got people lined up around the rail at the top, all around the horseshoe. Got all the kids, as you said, that aren't competing up on the stage. who have competed throughout this week. Here we are at the last of 14 games this week. Plus, we sneaked in a girls' game last night, courtesy of Dustin and Millie. So it's been a busy time. Wayne's been here for every game this week, Wayne and friends. And we appreciate his great work from the House of Wayne. And so you can view it or listen. And if you're listening or viewing anywhere from Effingham County to Uruguay, let us know, okay? Because we'd love to hear from you wherever you're monitoring. Now, Wayne sent me statistics this afternoon that indicated that as far as those that we have heard from and what he's been able to monitor, we've had 5,717 viewers for the games online. Dieterich and SEB is currently the most watched game, but all the week's games, even today's, are already archived and ready to watch on our YouTube channel, so check it out. We've had the introduction of St. Anthony. Here comes Dieterich. Here comes the play-by-play when we're back in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Stevens Industries, in business for 55 years and an employee-owned company, has produced a winning team and has job opportunities available from production office to the manufacturing floor.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
Job Match Personnel Services supports all the area sports and wishes them the best of luck.
Tonight in this championship game.
Well, you want to see how St. Anthony deals with a team that actually outsizes them. The battle of the boards is going to be huge. Dieterich still has to make sure they keep St. Anthony off the glass, especially on the offensive end. That's where the Bulldogs get a lot of their points, and obviously St. Anthony's going to have to try to find a way to slow down the penetration of Alex Bonoff and his outside shooting ability as well, and then obviously deal with the Twin Towers inside. And, of course, we're going to be watching Travis Niemerg and seeing how he responds with that ankle.
Devin Aheron will jump against Andrew Gardewine. 1 and 2, Dieterich and St. Anthony. Here we go from Altamont. The tip is in the air. It's controlled by St. Anthony, and here we go on 97.9 XFM. It's been a great week, and we'll hope this is the greatest yet. Connor Green down court for St. Anthony. Left side to Zach Gardewine. Out top to brother Andrew. Bounce pass to Connor Green on the right side. Great crowd here tonight. Hartke with the ball out top. His dad played in this tournament a few years back. Zach Gardewine left side. Can't get in. Out top to Andrew Gardewine. Right wing to Hartke. Swing it out top to Green. Connor, head of the key three. In and out. No good. Rebound taken down by Nick Feldick for Dieterich. Quickly the Maroons get across the half line. And Feldick works it out top, and the Bulldogs are going to man up, I think, here at the start.
Both teams man-to-man.
Feldick out top. Bonoff, Travis Niemerg. We'll see how the wheel goes. He's got that left ankle guarded. Down low inside, Lance Niemerg puts it up short. Rebound St. Anthony. Grabbed out of there by Connor Green, and it gets across the half line. Right side to Hartke, goes baseline, shot for two, too strong. Aheron had the rebound, and he got clouted. It'll be out of bounds to the Maroons.
Aheron got sandwiched, and the foul is whistled against Zach Gardewine. He has the first foul of the contest.
Zach in mostly for defense, and one thing we talked with Cody Rinker about after last night's game was Zach's lack of fouls lately. He had been getting into considerable foul trouble. That's the first one on either team. 6:49 to go, opening quarter, no score yet. Dieterich and St. Anthony, championship of the NTC tournament.
St. Anthony in a 1-2-2 three-quarter court trap. Now Dieterich broke it, so St. Anthony drops back into the 1-2-2 zone.
They go in the corner, Dieterich does. Bonoff for three, got it. Alex Bonoff makes it 3-0 Dieterich. That was pretty.
Yeah, and that's the danger. They set him a little screen. Nobody could get out to Bonoff, and he was wide open.
Hartke gets it down court for the Bulldogs. Out top to Zach Gardewine. 3-0 Dieterich.
Now Dietrich's in a zone.
They decide, well, that was a good job by St. Anthony, but we scored, so now let's switch to a zone. Ball's kicked here by Travis Niemerg with his good leg. Out of bounds to St. Anthony on the baseline. Again, live audio and video streaming available online at 979xfm.com. Let us know where you're listening from. Here's a steal. Hartke got his pocket picked by Bonoff for Dietrich. He's across the half line. First turnover of the game. Feldick out to Bonoff, and Dietrich sets it up. Dietrich 22-0. Second in the state, 1A. A Heron in the lane. While he was getting hassled, put it up, no good. Travis Niemerg had it. It's knocked away from behind by St. Anthony. St. Anthony was starting to plead their case, and I like what Derek Rios did. He hauled his teammate back and said, hush.
Yeah.
Get back and play defense.
And Derek knew it was off of him, I do believe.
So it's Dietrich basketball. Inbounded to Bonoff. Goes baseline. Runner for two. Got it and drew the foul. Heck of a shot by Alex Bonoff, and it's 5-0 Bonoff.
His offense late in the game against St. Elmo Brownstown is what enabled them to stay ahead of the Eagles. And that time, Gardewine picks up the foul. Zach has two quick ones, and he'll head to the St. Anthony bench.
Down he goes, and Nick Grunlow replaces him in the lineup for St. Anthony. Nick's a 6'3 junior, has 14 tournament points. So it's 5-0 Dietrich. Bonoff's foul shot around and good. So 6-0, Alex Bonoff leads the world. 5:40 to go in the opening quarter. Green out top for St. Anthony. Bulldogs need to get a basket soon. Dietrich could get a big old lead here. Cabas is in, by the way, too. James Cabas came in on that exchange for St. Anthony. Ball got loose. Now he gets it back. Bounce pass to Andrew Gardewine. Only Gardewine in there right now. Pass is tipped. Cross-court pass stolen by Dietrich. Grabbed out of there by Nick Feldick. St. Anthony's second turnover. Travis Niemerg drives into the lane. Shot for two. Good. And all of a sudden, it's 8-0 Dietrich. St. Anthony wants timeout. 5:07 to go, opening quarter. We're back in 30. 8-0 Dietrich over St. Anthony here on 97.9 XFM.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament.
Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Let our experienced employees at Ride Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs, whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture.
Dieterich wanted the timeout after that jumper. His team's down 8-0, so we'll see what the Bulldogs strategize about here. Grunlow will inbound to Green. Nick Grunlow, Connor Green, James Cabas, Andrew Gardewine, James, and Derek Rios out there right now for the Bulldogs. Gardewine waits on the right wing, back out top to Cabas. He looks left side, then goes underneath the Rios. Down low past the Gardewine. He lays it up, no good, but he got fouled from behind. Andrew Gardewine heading to the line to shoot two here with the Bulldogs.
That really was nice passing that time from St. Anthony, creating opportunities. The foul on number 33, Devin Heron, is the first for Dietrich.
8-0 Maroons. 4:48 to go opening quarter. Gardewine bounced out, in and out. Looked good and rattled out. Great crowd. My goodness, what a crowd here tonight. This is as full as I remember in a long time. Foul shot, good. It eventually fell in. That gives St. Anthony on the board. It's 8-1 now. And Dietrich takes the time on the inbound.
St. Anthony picks up in a man-to-man this time as they continue to switch the defenses.
Every trip, I think. Niemerg out. Feldick head of the key three. No good. Connor Green the rebound for St. Anthony. And a foul on Dietrich.
So Connor's grabbed both of St. Anthony's rebounds thus far in the ballgame, and this time he got fouled. Foul whistled on Dietrich's number 32, Lance Niemerg, his first, team second.
Emily Ruhall's watching in Springfield. She says, go Maroons. 8-1 Dietrich at the moment. Pick up the pressure defense at half court. And Anthony gets it safely to Gardewine. Down low to Rios now. He's really dominated. Aaron and Niemer go after him. He tried an outlet pass, and it's stolen by Feldick for Dieterich. Down court to Travis Niemerg. Back out top to Feldick. Left side now to Lance Niemerg. He goes baseline, puts it up for two. Too strong. Andrew Gardewine, the rebound for St. Anthony. To Green, down to Cavas. Pass got loose. Cavas goes to the floor. He picks it up. We've got a jump or a foul. A jump. And the alternate possession will bring it back this way. Dietrich basketball.
So ultimately it turns into St. Anthony's fourth turnover in 4 minutes of play here.
8-1 Dietrich. 3:54 to go, opening quarter. Great crowd at Altamont. Still room for you, though. This is a big old house. A lot of room. Travis Niemerg from Lance Niemerg to Bonoff. Down low, a Heron goes to work. Lost the handle on it. Picked up by Grunlow. A steal by St. Anthony. Goes to the hole. Puts it up short. Rebound out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bulldogs. We got the cheerleaders working down there by the stage. Some are happy, some aren't. Everybody's working hard. St. Anthony inbounds on their baseline. Cavas in the corner to Green. Green drives, little curl out and top, can't shoot. Now to Grunlow, down low to Rios. Got around to Heron, puts it up, but a Heron blocked it from behind. Travis Niemerg, the rebound for Dietrich. Here come the Maroons. Lance Niemerg on the side. Ball got knocked loose. Lance Niemerg gets it back. Now to Bonoff, and Bonoff got it knocked away. It'll stay with the Maroons. James Cavas trying to give him fits over there.
Cavas is doing what he can with Bonoff as he's really challenging him out on the perimeter.
That's a tough call if you draw Bonoff. Travis Niemerg inbounds to Lance Niemerg, and Dietrich sets it up. It's still 8-1. It's been 8-1 a while now.
For a little while.
3:10 to go, opening quarter. Bonoff kicks it to the corner. Feldick for three. Got it. Nick Feldick makes it 11-1 Dietrich. 10-point lead for the Maroons. 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Grunlow out top to Cavas. Side to Green. Drives the baseline. Puts it up. It's blocked by a Heron. Out of bounds. It'll stay with St. Anthony. A couple of CEO class guys going at against each other there. Connor Green and David Heron. They want to remind you about the CEO experience this Wednesday. Thought I'd throw that in. Grunlow for two. Shot no good. Rebound. Cavas though puts it up. It gets blocked by Travis Niemerg. Falls out of bounds. Last touch by the Maroons. It'll stay with St. Anthony. All you can do is just keep putting it up.
Yeah, you just got to keep trying, even though St. Anthony started off this game 0 of 7 from the field.
Rios can't shoot out top to Connor Green. He threw it too high, and it's out of bounds, and it'll go to Dietrich on the turnover. 5 Bulldog turnovers already. Jeff Nieberge checks in for St. Anthony. Rios gets a breather. 2:33 to go, opening quarter. It's 11-1 Dietrich over St. Anthony. On the baseline, Travis Niemerg inbounds out deep to Feldick, who got real close to over and back, but he didn't. Lance Niemerg, now Feldick. Out top, Travis Niemerg. Down low, there's the cutter, Lance Niemerg, and he missed the layup. Andrew Gardewine, the rebound for St. Anthony. Off to Green. He drives down into double trouble. Got it back. Now it's loose, and it's stolen by Dietrich. A Heron corrals it. Nieberg, he knocked it loose, but a Heron got it back. And here come the Maroons at 6 turnovers on St. Anthony. Bonoff looked head of the key three. Throws it into a Heron. Layup good. Devin a Heron one step to the bucket. He put it up, and it was 13-1 Dietrich.
That was a good job by Bonoff, knowing he was double-teamed and finding the open player.
Inside, Andrew Gardewine. Shot won't go. Travis Niemerg, the rebound for Dietrich, and they want some more. Bonoff quickly down court to Lance Niemerg to Nick Feldick down the lane. Runner for two. Short. Rebound Grunlow for St. Anthony. 13-1 Dietrich. A minute and a half to go in the opening quarter. Grunlow runs it out top. Says, come here, run this offense, James Cavas. Hands him the basketball, although Feldick was ready to take it for Dietrich if they were going to give it up. Cavas bounce pass right side to Grunlow. Out top to Green. Bounce pass to Cavas. Good idea because those passes in the air have been caught. Green for three. No good. Devin a Heron to rebound for Dietrich. Off to Mr. Bonoff. Alex to the baseline. Gets inside, and it's knocked away, but regained by Lance Niemerg. Hooks it over to Feldick, who shoots for three. Short. Rebound Connor Green for St. Anthony. Under a minute to go in the opening quarter. Travis Niemerg steps in front of the down-court pass. It ends up out of bounds as he threw it behind him to try to get it to a teammate. But it'll stay with St. Anthony. But still, the Dieterich fans admire the hustle by the big lad.
Connor Green comes out. Chandler Martelli in for the Bulldogs here with 45.9 on the first quarter clock.
Cody understands his kids are exerting a lot here, and he's also trying to make sure they find somebody who can score him some points. 13-1 Dieterich, down to 40 seconds, and there's a pass up court. It's stolen by Travis Niemerg. So the big boy's ankle's feeling pretty well.
I'd say.
7 turnovers on St. Anthony already. Feldick bounce pass to Bonoff, down to 30. We're running down the first quarter clock. Feldick in the side to Lance Niemerg. Niemerg going baseline. Out top to a Heron. We're down to 20 seconds. Running down the first quarter clock here. On the wing to Feldick. Out top to Bonoff. Bonoff with 12. Off to a Heron. Right side. Back to Bonoff. Goes baseline underneath. Feldick. Shot no good, but he drew the foul. Nick Feldick's going to go to the line and shoot 2 times for Dieterich here with 5 seconds left in the first quarter.
Good job again by Bonoff creating some offensive opportunities for his teammates. He drew the crowd, knew someone was open, dumped it down to Feldick, who gets to the line on the first foul from Andrew Gardewine.
Nick Feldick hit a 3 earlier. This foul shot, no good. Hit the back of the rim, came off. And Feldick will get one more bite at the apple here. Feldick, a 6'1 junior, had 17 points in the tournament coming into this one. Got the second shot down. So a miss and a make. It's 14-1. Feldick sits down for Dieterich, and Clayton Campton's in now. See if St. Anthony can get a basket. They don't have one yet in the game. Down to 3-2-1. Cross-court pass stolen by a Heron. Shot for 3 off the glass at the buzzer. Dominating first quarter performance by the top seed and second in the state rank. Dieterich moving Maroons. Championship of the NTC tournament after 1. Dieterich 14, St. Anthony 1. Here on 97.9 XFM.
Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Dieterich can help. Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun.
Culver's of Effingham supports all local athletes. All teams, stop by in your uniform after the game for a free One Scoop Sundae.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Both of these teams are former Midland Trail Conference schools. Obviously, we knew Dieterich was. They just joined the NTC in the 9-10 season. St. Anthony joined the National Trail in 1950-51 after a year in the Midland Trail. I didn't know that.
Nope, me either.
St. Anthony got the ball to start the second quarter. A shot put up from out is no good. It goes out of bounds. Dieterich basketball. Dieterich leads 14-1 as we start the second quarter of our championship game. Bonoff across the half line. Drives to the baseline. Pulls up for 2. It's short. Rebound. Heron grabs it against 3 people. Shot no good, but he got fouled. Devin's going to go to the line to shoot 2 times here.
First quarter stats, Dieterich was 5 of 12 from the field, 2 of 3 at the line, 2 of 4 from three-point range. St. Anthony 0 for 9 from the field, 1 of 2 at the line. They were 0 for 2 from three-point range. St. Anthony with 7 rebounds to Dietrich's 5. However, St. Anthony turned it over 8 times. Dieterich just 1.
Devin Heron's foul shot. Good. That makes it 15-1. A Heron with 3. Andrew Gardewine sits down. Derek Rios is back in now for St. Anthony. Bulldogs into the second quarter still don't have a basket. A Heron second foul shot. Good. Poured it in there. Like the big boys who can make some foul shots. 4 for him. That makes it 16-1. Cavis, Grunlow, Hartke, Nieberge, and Rios out there right now for the Bulldogs. And Hartke falls down, and travel is the call, and the Bulldogs turn it over. And so Dieterich gets the ball back on another miscue.
Tried to split a double team and lost his balance, and the travel ensues, and that turns into the ninth turnover of the game for St. Anthony.
Dieterich works it around the three-point circle. Lance Niemerg brought it down. Now he gets in position to shoot, but they cover him up. Out to Travis Niemerg. Now to Bonoff. Bonoff goes baseline. A runner for two. No good. And boy, got clobbered. Big collision between Bonoff and Kyle Hartke. Ouch.
Well, I think Hartke might have been able to draw a charge, but when Bonoff came in there, he jumped. And so then that made it an easy call as Bonoff goes to the line for a couple as Hartke picks up his second foul.
Bonoff bounces right back up and makes the first foul shot. Bonoff with 7. Hartke down, Green back in for St. Anthony, and Dieterich made a change as well. Feldick's back for Dieterich. Second foul shot good. Bonoff with 8 as they sit Travis Niemerg for a while. Oh, no, there he is. Who did they take down? I'll get it in a minute here. Anyway, Feldick's back. Baseline, Nieberge for 2. Good. There, St. Anthony got the lid off. Bulldogs' first basket of the night, and it's 18-3. 18-1 before that bucket.
Lance Niemerg's the player who sat down, I do believe.
Thank you. Correct. No 32 out there. Thank you. So that changed for the Maroons. Hand the ball to Campton. Clayton for 2, and he is. Clayton Campton. Cans one, and it's 20-3 Dieterich. Green to Grunlow. Across the half line. They trap him there. Now what? And timeout, St. Anthony. The Bulldogs have to call time after Grunlow got trapped. He stopped right across the half line, and Dieterich was licking their chops. Timeout Bulldogs. Back in a minute at the NTC Championship game at Altamont. Dieterich 20, St. Anthony 3 on.
Morrow Shoes, Boots, and Repairs, your Tony Lauman Red Wing dealer, congratulates all the teams and wishes them the best. Stop by and see Morrow's today. Martin's IGA Plus has everything you'll need to make a great meal, from certified Angus beef, fresh fruits and vegetables, and mouth-watering bakery items. Check us out at martinsiga.com.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports. Russ Broniker Cadillac, Buick, and GMC, located on South Route 45 in Effingham, proud supporters of our local and area high school sports teams.
Dieterich in front of St. Anthony. 6:15 to go in the second quarter. It was 14-1 after the first quarter. Cavus with the ball for St. Anthony. Cross court to Green. Green drives in the lane. Nieberge for 2, and he got it. So Jeff Nieberge seemed to find a seam. He's got 4 now, and it's 20-5.
And that's exactly right. He's found spots against the zone.
Pass inside, knocked loose. St. Anthony had it, and now it's back to a Heron. His shot's short, though, and the rebound tapped by Rios into the hands of Nick Grunlow for the Bulldogs. So they got a bucket, they got a stop, and they got the ball back here. Still down 15. Green falls down before he got the pass away, and a turnover on the Bulldogs.
Their second of the quarter.
Campton sits down now, and Lance Niemerg's back in for Dieterich. 20-5 the score. We were into the second quarter before St. Anthony got their first bucket. Bonoff across the half line for Dieterich. Side to Feldick. Nick brings it out top. Bounce pass to a Heron. On the opposite wing to Bonoff. Back out top to Travis Niemerg. And now Lance Niemerg pulls up for 2. Shot too strong. Grunlow the rebound for the Bulldogs. So Dieterich's missing a few now. And the Bulldogs chance to capitalize. Down 15 though. Baseline, Nieberge. He's got a couple of buckets. Grunlow, corner 3, too long. Rebound, Green. Didn't go back up. Pulls it back out top instead. Hands the ball to Cavus. Cavus close to dribbling it out of bounds. Pass stolen. Nick Feldick to the hole. Got it, and he got fouled. Boy, that is strong now. That is strong. He got fouled from behind and still could finish that layup.
He was moving so quick, too. He had all the momentum carrying him right to the hoop. But you're right, the strength to get the shot away, but yet still have enough touch to get the layup to go in off the glass. As Connor Green fouled him from behind, it's Green's first and the team's sixth after the third turnover for St. Anthony.
Feldick was 6 now, and the lead to 17, 22-5. This match is the biggest lead the Maroons have had. The foul shots around and no good. And Nieberge a rebound. Jeff Nieberge's done a good job off the bench here for the Bulldogs. Down court to Gardewine. Andrew back in the game. Runner inside, no good, but there's Nieberge with the follow. So the layup by Gardewine was no good, but Nieberge with the putback, and that makes it 22-7, and Nieberge has 6 of St. Anthony's 7 points. Lance Nieberge shoots. It's out of bounds. It'll be St. Anthony basketball.
Craig, was that a 2 or a 3?
That was a 2, I think.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he was inside the circle, inside the arc. 22-7 Dieterich. St. Anthony with the ball. Cavus down to Nieberge in the lane. Shot for 2. Too strong. Lance Nieberge had the rebound, and he got fouled at least once.
Yep, and Lance will walk down to this end for some free throws as Nieberge finally missed one and then fouled as he tried to get it back.
Lance Nieberge gets a score this evening. 4:26 to go in the second quarter of our conference tournament championship game. Dieterich leading St. Anthony 22-7. Lance Nieberge to shoot now. First one up and good. His first point. All 5 Dieterich starters have scored now, plus Campton.
I was going to say all 6 players that have played have scored now for Dieterich.
Excuse me, 23-7. Second one up and good. 24-7 now. Lance Nieberge gets his first 2 points. 17-point lead again. This match is the biggest lead Dietrich's had. They've had it a couple of times. Rios down court for St. Anthony. To Gardewine. To Cavus. Cavus on the dribble. Picks it up. Bounce pass to Nieberge. Going to the hole. Shot good. And he got a Heron off his feet. And a foul called on a Heron. And Nieberge will try to make it a 3-point play.
Well, they found a way to get the ball in the zone and in the middle of the lane, and Nieberge's taking advantage by driving to the hoop. And this time he gets fouled by a Heron who picks up his second, so he'll head to the bench.
He sits, and Marshall Mellendorf replaces him in the Dieterich lineup. Marshall Mellendorf, a senior for this ball club, has 8 tournament points. Nieberge with 8 now for St. Anthony. The foul shot's no good. Rebound, Lance Nieberge for Dieterich. St. Anthony has 9 points, and Nieberge has 8 of them. On the side to Feldick for the Maroons. On the dribble, brings it out top. Hands the ball to Lance Nieberge. He works around a screen, goes inside. Shot rejected by Rios. That gets the St. Anthony fans lit up. And it'll stay with Dieterich then down on the baseline.
Well, it's quite a spin move to get Lance Nieberge close to the rim, but Rios was there to get it away from the rim.
Inbounded to Mellendorf. Now to Bonoff as Dieterich sets it up and a foul. Oh, no, it's travel. St. Anthony tried the sandwich, and they forced the Dieterich turnover.
Well, he did split a double team, and apparently he did it by taking an extra step. So that's the first turnover on Dieterich this quarter, just 2 in the game.
Full court pressure by Dieterich, but St. Anthony beats it inside. Rios' shot is blocked. He laid it up, and Travis Nieberge blocked it. Rebound, Bonoff for Dieterich. That's impressive, gang.
I wish my ankle hurt like his.
Feldick got bumped, and a foul on Rios. Derek was moving. That was the problem.
And Feldick was curling around from the perimeter. St. Anthony tried to switch men, and Rios just couldn't get there in time to get set. So he's called for the block, his first and the team's 8th. Here's a 1-and-1 opportunity for Dieterich.
Boys basketball this evening, Teutopolis beat Taylorville 61-55. They moved up the start of that because of the impending weather. So they got that one in already. Wooden Shoes the winner over Taylorville, 61-55. First foul shot good by Feldick. He has 7. Second one up and good. He has 8. Dieterich leads it by 17 again, 26-9.
Fun fact, here in the second quarter, St. Anthony scored twice as many field goals as Dieterich.
Braden Puckett in the game. Got it inside the Gardewine. The layup short. Rios the rebound. He got fouled going back up. Rios going to go to the line to shoot 2 here for the Bulldogs. 26-9 Dieterich. It was 14-1 after the first quarter.
Dieterich has earned their points from the free throw line mostly this quarter. They are 8 for 9 from the line, but just 2 for 7 from the field.
Rios' foul shot right in the heart. Derek's first point, and it's 26-10. We'll remind you at halftime they'll be honoring, as they do each year, the National Trail Conference scholarship winners, kids, boy and a girl from each school in the conference. Rios misses. Rebound grabbed by Dieterich. Bonoff gets it. He goes coast to coast. Now to Feldick. Now to Lance Niemerg for three. No good. Back of the rim. Travis Niemerg. The rebound, though, for Dieterich. To Feldick, and he hits the three. Nick Feldick has 11 for Dieterich. And it's a 19-point lead. Ball is knocked loose. Nieberg, he regains it here for the Bulldogs. 29-10, Dieterich. Dieterich, number 2 in the state in Class 1A. They're showing why tonight. Puckett across court to Cavas. He goes baseline. Shot for 2. Good. James Cavas with a big basket. Makes it 29-12.
Seems like St. Anthony's starting to find a little bit of a rhythm here.
But still down 17.
Yeah.
Man, that's the thing. Bonoff out top with it for Dieterich. 2:25 to go before halftime. Feldick down in the corner. Lance Niemerg thought about a three. Instead kicks it back to the corner to Bonoff. He's looking for help, and he got hooked there by Puckett. Braden was trying to impede his progress.
You could kind of see that one coming. Puckett was playing him close, and if the right maneuver got made, he was going to get too close and pick up a foul. It's his first and the team's ninth, so this is the final 1-1 for Dieterich.
Foul shot, good. So Bonoff cashes in. Alex has 9. He and Feldick have 20 of Dietrich's 30 points. And here's the second one, and it's good. So Bonoff with 10, Feldick with 11. Dietrich's back up 19. It's 31-12. Pressure in backcourt. St. Anthony gets it across the half line. Gardawine's pass knocked away, but regained by Rios. His shot won't go. His putback won't go. Travis Niemerg, this rebound for Dieterich. Got a chance to push it up by more than 20 this trip. Ball's knocked out away from Dieterich by the Bulldogs, but it came back off the leg of Lance Niemerg out of bounds, and Dieterich turns it over. But just their second turnover in the quarter. And not many in the game. 3 in the game. Yikes. Not much to capitalize on if you're the Bulldogs there. Gardewine might have walked. Shot for 2. No good. Rebound swatted by Nieberg. He right to Travis Niemerg of Dieterich. Bonoff across the half line. Stops out top, but still maintains the dribble. Now he jets between 2. Roller. Good. What a shot. He started from about the free throw line, split the defense, and kissed it off the glass for a layup. So that was Bonoff, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. He's got a dozen. I got so excited I forgot. Steal. Bonoff to Nick Feldick. Layup. Good. 13 for Feldick. 12 for Bonoff. And it's 35-12. 4 turnovers on St. Anthony in the quarter. The lead is 23. Nieberg inside. Shot blocked. Travis Nieberg, they got him off his feet, and he gets called for the foul.
So Jeff Nieberg will return to the free throw line, shooting 2 as Travis Nieberg picks up his first and the team's 5th.
Noah Lohman's going to check in a minute for Dieterich. Meanwhile, Nieberg, he makes the foul shot. Jeff Nieberg, he has 9 for St. Anthony. He just needs some help. Mellendorf sits down now for Dieterich, and Noah Harmon checks in, the 6'7 junior. So it's 35-13, and Nieberg has 9 of those points. Foul shot this time, no good. Rebound, Harmon. It's taken away from him by Rios, and then a foul on either Nieberg or Harmon. It's Harmon on the foul. So Harmon gets the foul. His first, obviously, just came in the game. Still a common foul. Cavas will inbound over St. Anthony into Gardewine. It gets knocked loose, but Andrew hustles after it, retrieves it. Down to 50 seconds in our first half. Gardewine with the ball, middle to Nieberg, over to Cavas, showed 3 and then puts it on the floor. Needing help, there's Gardewine, loads it up for 3, got it. Andrew Gardewine has 4, and it's 35-16. Down court, Feldick for Dieterich. Out top to Bonoff. Down to 28. They may just go for the last one here.
Couldn't blame them if they did.
They're up 19. Might save a little energy here. Down to 18. They are going to just go for the last one. Boy, they hit a basket here. This place may light up. Bonoff down the lane. Harmon lost it. Picks it back up. We have a foul or a jump. Got a jump. Alternate possession will keep it with Dieterich with 9.6 seconds left.
The Dieterich ball under their basket. They'll have the opportunity to work an inbounds play.
Feldick will inbound. 35-16 Dieterich. 9.6 seconds left before halftime. Out to Bonoff. Drives to the lane. Shot for two. In and out. No good. Gardewine the rebound for St. Anthony. 3-2-1. He throws it half court. It's short. And that's the first half of our conference championship game. Dieterich fans on their feet at the half. Dieterich 35, St. Anthony 16. Halftime show on the way in 2 minutes here on 97.9 XFM.
Culver's of Effingham supports all local athletes. All teams, stop by in your uniform after the game for a free One Scoop Sundae.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today. Morrill Shoes, Boots, and Repairs, your Tony Lawman Red Wing dealer, congratulates all the teams and wishes them the best. Stop by and see Morrill's today. Martin's IGA Plus has everything you'll need to make a great meal, from certified Angus beef, fresh fruits and vegetables, and mouth-watering bakery items. Check us out at martinsiga.com.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Show. For all of your insurance needs, contact Corey McDaniel at 347-9697.
All right, we're back at Altamont at the half in our conference tournament championship game. Dieterich 35, St. Anthony 16. One of the special parts of this game every year is the recognition of the National Trail Conference scholarship recipients. A boy and a girl from each conference school gets recognized. And thanks to Deb Winter here at Altamont, she gave me the list twice. That's because I forgot it once. Our Altamont winners from Altamont, Kayla Miller, daughter of Jacob Miller, and Michael and, excuse me, let me try it again. Kayla Miller, the daughter of Michael and Michelle Miller, and Jacob Miller is the boy recipient, the son of Charlie and Penny Miller. Beecher City, the recipients are Austin Shelton and Jeannie Dunaway. It's Jeany.
I believe that's his parent. I believe there's no girl represented from Beecher City.
Thank you for clearing that up. Okay, Jeannie Dunaway is Austin Shelton's mama. From Brownstown, the recipients. The girl recipient is Adriana Pruitt, the daughter of Brian and Amy Pruitt. And the boy recipient is Nathan Matthews, the son of Alan and Teresa Matthews. From Cowden Herrick, Jensen Morrison is the girl recipient. Jensen is the daughter of Scott and Andrea Morrison. And the boy is Carson Lorton. We saw him playing basketball just this afternoon. He's the son of James and Kim Lorton. So congratulations to him. Still got that wrap on that right hand. It was a thumb injury, Mark Bain told me on the postgame show today. That was Carson's injury. From Dieterich, Courtney Flock is the girl recipient. She gets a big round of applause since Dietrich's playing here tonight. Here she comes. She plays a whole lot of basketball, good volleyball player. Will be playing softball. She's the daughter of Kevin and Lila Flock. The boy recipient, this man's in the locker room. Alex Bonoff is the recipient, the son of Tim and Tammy Bonoff. The Neoga recipient, the girl recipient is Morgan Partlow, daughter of Scott and Leslie Partlow. Sawyer James is the boy recipient, the son of Seth and Dawn James. From St. Anthony, our girl recipient, Megan Nuxall, daughter of Greg and Dina Nuxall, and all the Bulldog fans get fired up down there in the dog pound. And the boy recipient's busy in the locker room. That's Connor Green, the son of Troy and Patty Green. From St. Elmo, Erica Beal. The parents are Eric and Valerie Beal. And Lucas Hill is the boy recipient, the son of Jason and Jill Hill.
And from St. Elmo, Lucas Hill.
Now from South Central, the boy recipient is Jordan Shaw, the son of Darrell and Barbara Shaw. And the girl recipient is Jordan Shaw. The boy recipient is Evan Langley, who we saw play basketball today, the son of Darren and Mary Ellen Langley. That leaves us Two Straws and Windsor. They do this alphabetically. John Cavaletto, state representative, nice enough to stay around, and he's shaking the hands of all the recipients. So, representative's getting a lot of work tonight. Two Straws, the girl recipient is Kendall Canope, the daughter of Kyle and Michelle Canope. And the boy recipient is Mark Jones, who we saw play a lot of hoops this week. He's the son of Matt and Paula Jones. And that leaves Windsor. Melanie Adams is the girl recipient, the daughter of Robert and Ruth Adams. And the boy recipient, Uriah Jones, the son of James and Pamela Jones. So there are your recipients of the National Trail Conference scholarships this year. Now, everybody got those, and now we get to find out who our overall recipients are.
At this time, please join me in congratulating the 2014-2015 scholarship recipients.
And a big round of applause for some kids that have worked hard. On the court, on the diamond, and the two big recipients.
And Uriah Jones from Windsor High School.
So there are your monetary recipients. Everybody gets a beautiful plaque and a handshake from Representative Cavaletto. The cash goes to Jordan Shaw, the girl recipient from South Central, and the boy recipient, Uriah Jones, from Windsor. So congratulations to all the recipients, and especially congratulations to those kids because they're getting the cash. So that's a look at the presentation of the scholarships. Now there's also an all-tournament team. That'll be recognized at the close of the ball game. They do it up right here at the NTC. All right, let's talk about the game. It was all Dieterich most all the time, although if you look, St. Anthony made it representative in the second quarter. It was 14-1 Dieterich after the first quarter, but it was 21-15 in the second quarter, so that's not too lopsided as it was early. Bottom line is, Dieterich is up 19 at halftime here, 35-16, your halftime score. Here's a look at the scoring. For St. Anthony, Jeff Nieberge has 9 points. Chandler Martelli and Braden Puckett. Nick Grunlow and Zach Gardewine. Connor Green and Kyle Hart give all play, but they haven't scored. Nieberge in with 9. James Cabas has 2. Andrew Gardewine has 4. And Derek Rios 1 point. 1 and 15 the quarters for St. Anthony. 16 points here at halftime. For Dieterich, Alex Bonoff has 12. Lance Niemerg 2. Travis Niemerg 2. Devin Aheron 4. Clayton Campton 2. Marshall Mellendorf and Noah Harmon play, but are yet to score. And oh yeah, Nick Feldick has 13 points. He has 13. Bonoff has 12. 25 of Dietrich's 35 points. Maroons quarters of 14 and 21 for their 35 halftime points. Matt Stats on the way in 90 seconds here on 97.9 XFM.
Stevens Industries, in business for 55 years and an employee-owned company, has produced a winning team and has job opportunities available from production office to the manufacturing floor.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located south Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
Job Match Personnel Services supports all the area sports and wishes them the best of luck.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament.
Brown's Drug Store at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more.
Back at Altamont at the half in our championship game of the National Trail Conference Tournament. It's Dieterich 35, St. Anthony 16, and Matt's stats on this first half ought to be interesting. Matthew?
Okay, taking a look at the numbers here at halftime for Dieterich. They're 10 of 24 from the field. That's 42%, but they are 12 of 14 at the free throw line. That is a healthy 86% from the free throw line. They are 3 of 7 from the three-point arc as well at 43%. St. Anthony on the other side, 6 of 24 from the field, 25% there. They are 3 of 7 at the free throw line for 43%, and 1 of 4 from beyond the arc, also 25% shooting. Rebound numbers, St. Anthony is actually out-rebounding Dieterich 15-13, but the turnovers are a big difference. Dieterich with 4 compared to St. Anthony's 12. Individually at halftime, Nick Feldick is 4 of 6 from the field, 3 of 5 at the line, a rebound and 13 points. Alex Bonoff has 12 points. He's 3 for 5 from the field, but 5 of 5 at the line. He also has a rebound. Devin Aharon is 1 for 4 from the field, 2 for 2 at the line, 4 points to go with 3 rebounds. Travis Niemerg's 1 for 1 with 2 points, but he has 6 rebounds in the first half of action. Also, Lance Niemerg 0 for 7 from the field, but 2 for 2 at the free throw line, 2 rebounds and 2 points. And rounding out the Dieterich stats, Clayton Campton 1 for 1 with 2 points and a rebound. For the St. Anthony Bulldogs, Jeff Nieberge, a huge second quarter as he was 4 for 5 from the field, 1 of 3 at the line, 9 points and 2 rebounds. Then 4 points from Andrew Gardewine as he's 1 for 5 from the field, 1 for 2 at the line with 3 rebounds. And 2 points from James Cavas, 1 of 2 shooting from the field, 2 points and a rebound. Nick Grunlow's 0 for 3 with 3 rebounds. Zach Gardewine's 0 for 1 in the contest for St. Anthony. Derek Rios 0 for 4 from the field, 1 of 2 at the line, a point and 2 rebounds. Connor Green's 0 for 3, but he has 4 rebounds for St. Anthony. And Kyle Harkey's 0 for 1 in the contest here at halftime. 35-16, the halftime score. Dieterich leading St. Anthony at the championship game of the 80th annual NTC tournament. You're listening to it on 97.9 XFM.
Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Dieterich can help. Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun.
Culver's of Effingham supports all local athletes. All teams, stop by in your uniform after the game for a free One Scoop Sundae.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
All right, we're back at Altamont at the half in this championship game. It's Dieterich 35, St. Anthony 16. Earlier today in the 7th place game, Stu Straws defeated Windsor 59-45. In the consolation championship game, Altamont defeated Cowden Herrick 73-61. In the 3rd place game, South Central defeated St. Elmo Brownstown 59-47. And Dieterich's up 19 here at halftime in the championship ball game. So, Matt and I are busy working on our all-tournament team. I think I'll hire someone else to do it next year.
Yeah.
Yeesh. St. Anthony brought it inside after the opening inbound for the 3rd quarter, and they combined to lose it out of bounds between Gardewine and Nieberge. They came up empty with it. They spread the defense, want to play full court defense here. Dieterich still in backcourt, but now they beat it with a pass from Bonoff to Lance Niemerg. He got his pocket pick, stolen by St. Anthony. Just into the second half, 35-16 Dieterich. It was 14-1 after the first quarter. Gardewine, baseline for 2, and he got it. Andrew Gardewine has 6, and that makes it 35-18. Pressure by the Bulldogs. See how Dieterich handles it this trip. Bonoff across the half line. And the ball, no, he lost it. Got it back, shoots in the corner, in and out, no good. Over the back of Heron. Gardewine had position, and a Heron over the back gets called for the foul.
And that was the whole key. Gardewine had boxed out there, and a Heron just couldn't keep himself from going over the top. He picks up his third foul early in this third quarter.
They're going to leave him in, though.
Oh, yeah.
17 points up. 1 minute gone in the third quarter. Gardewine with the ball for St. Anthony. Andrew out top to Cabas. Right side now to Grunlow. Nick looks and back out to Cabas instead. Dieterich stays in this zone. Down in the corner, Gardewine gets to the baseline. Runner shot blocked by Travis Niemerg, but Rios with the putback. It's no good. Nieberge with this shot is good. Yes, Nieberge has 11 as he gets the putback, and it's 35-20, and now it's a 15-point game. Bonoff in backcourt. He and Feldick play catch. Feldick just across the half line, gets it back to Bonoff. Probably not where Coach wanted him to stop, just across the half line. Feldick for 3, rims out, no good. Now Dieterich's coming up empty. Gardewine the rebound for St. Anthony. Cabas down court, corner bounce pass to Grunlow. Back out to Cabas. St. Anthony sets it up. 2 minutes gone in the third quarter. 15-point game now. Nieberge now to Cabas, head of the key, 3, no good. Rebound followed by Gardewine is good. Andrew Gardewine has 8, and now it's a 13-point game, 35-22, and here come the Bulldogs.
They're kind of doing what they do. They're grabbing offensive rebounds and giving themselves multiple opportunities.
And the Northsiders are on their feet. And they're on the north side of the gym, so that's appropriate. Bonoff down the lane through everybody. Got the shot to go.
Anytime Dieterich needed it in this tournament, Bonoff got a big bucket.
Alex Bonoff has 14, back to a 15-point lead, 37-22. He can flat play. You know, he was working so hard with Tanner Traub last year, and it's like he's just picked up the mantle that Traub left. Here's a pass inside, stolen by the Maroons. They walk the tightrope along the baseline. Lance Niemerg pull up for 2. It won't go. Gardewine the rebound for St. Anthony. Andrews playing like a man possessed tonight. Down to Cabas, down the lane, and a reach-in foul. Lance Niemerg got Cabas, I think.
I think you're right. Lance picked up his second foul, and that's the second on Dieterich to start the second half.
37-22, Dieterich by 15. St. Anthony gets it inbound. Cabas works it out top. Bounce pass right side to Grunlow. One dribble and out to Gardewine. Side to Cabas. Baseline for 2. Good. And James Cabas has 4. And back to a 13-point game, 37-24. And the St. Anthony fans get pumped up. Dog pound getting noisy down there. Bonoff across the half line to Lance Niemerg. Cross court to Feldick. He goes baseline, and he got fouled along the way. I think Grunlow got him.
Grunlow on the bump. He picks up his first foul, and that's the first on the Bulldogs this half.
And out of bounds to Dieterich. 4:41 to play in the third quarter. 37-24 Dieterich. But it's a much more usual game now. Pass inside, knocked loose, but Lance Niemerg gets it back for Dieterich. Feldick for 3, no good. Rios the rebound for St. Anthony. Here come the Bulldogs. Cabas out top to Gardewine. Right wing to Grunlow. Down low, it's kicked. Out of bounds off Travis Niemerg's foot. It'll stay with St. Anthony. Inbound on the baseline. 4:22 to go, third quarter. 13-point game, and St. Anthony down has the ball here. They were down more than 19. Grunlow, corner 3, good. Nick Grunlow makes it a 10-point game. Dieterich timeout. 4:16 to go, third quarter. St. Anthony's getting rowdy. It's Dieterich 37, St. Anthony 27 here at the NTC. Back in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Let our experienced employees at Ride Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Ride's Furniture and Flooring in Dieterich can help. Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun.
Culver's of Effingham supports all local athletes. All teams, stop by in your uniform after the game for a free One Scoop Sunday.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
They got the ball inbounded. It got loose, but to get it back, a Heron in the lane. Shot for two, no good. And Grunlow, big rebound for St. Anthony, and they can make it a single-digit deficit. Cabas, Nieberge, knocked loose, regained by Gardewine. Way cross court. Grunlow with the ball. Out top to Cabas. Cabas on the dribble. Free throw line. Nieberge, Grunlow for three. Good again. Nick Grunlow makes it a 7-point game. It's 37-30. Down 19, it's now a 7-point game. Bonoff for three for Dieterich. Got it! Oh. Alex Bonoff. Back to a 10-point Dieterich lead, 40-30. Nieberge, side, Grunlow, baseline for two more. Shot no good, but he got fouled. Grunlow to the line to shoot a pair here with 3:10 left in the third quarter.
St. Anthony's finding ways to get the ball in the middle of the court against the zone, and then Jeff Nieberge, who scored in the first half, has now kicked it out to Grunlow a couple of times and created opportunities that way.
So from shooter to feeder. Grunlow foul shot good. Grunlow was 7, all in the half now. And it's a 9-point game again, 40-31. 3:10 left, third quarter. Grunlow puts it up, no good. Rebound, foul. Travis Niemerg and Rios were at it, and Rios got the foul.
Yeah, Rios, and they, like you say, they just went at it back and forth, and Rios picks up the personal. It'll be his second, and that's St. Anthony's second as a team.
So 40-31 Dieterich, but they were up 19. Trouble in backcourt. Dieterich gets it across the half line. A Heron to Bonoff. Side, Lance Niemerg, baseline, shot for two, no good. Grunlow, a rebound for St. Anthony, and they're off to the races. Nick gets it across the half line, now to Cabas, back to Grunlow. Grunlow out top to Cabas. 2:45 left, third quarter. In the lane, Nieberge powers up, layup, short. Travis Niemerg, a rebound for Dieterich. Off to Bonoff. Side to Feldick. Thought about a three. Pulls it back and gives it to Bonoff. Bonoff through everybody. Lays it up and in. He went by 3 Bulldogs.
My, oh, my.
Bonoff has 19. 42-31. Inside Rios for St. Anthony. Shot blocked by Travis Niemerg. Rios got his own rebound. Shot no good. Travis Niemerg the rebound for Dieterich. Holy cow. Big boy basketball.
You betcha.
Feldick with it out, or excuse me, Bonoff out top with it for Dieterich to Lance Niemerg, head of the case. Left side to Bonoff. Cabas reaches in, ties him up in a jump. Alternate possession will keep it with Dieterich. Boy, that's a gamble, but it paid off that time.
Well, St. Anthony fans love the effort from Cabas here, trying to stick with Bonoff, who has all 7 of their points this quarter, but Cabas is doing everything he can to stay right with him.
Travis Niemerg gets a breather here. Marshall Mellendorf checks in. Dieterich assistant coach Obie Farmer checks him out to make sure that wheel's okay. You know, he's got that bad ankle. Bonoff baseline runner for 2, no good, but he got fouled on the shot. That'll get Bonoff to the line to shoot a pair here with 1:51 left in the third quarter in this 11-point game.
Rios came down to try to help on the baseline, but Bonoff's moving so quick you just can't get in front of him in time. He draws his third foul, and it's the third on St. Anthony.
Bonoff foul shot good. Alex with 20. Rios gets a breather now, and Zach Gardewine in for St. Anthony. 43-31 Dieterich. St. Anthony again was down 19. They've gotten down within 7. The lead's back to 13 now. Is that 1,000 for Bonoff?
That's the way it looks.
Alex, they just had everybody standing, and Charlie Niehaus says that's a very special point. Inside, Andrew Gardewine took it inside. Laid it up, no good, but he got fouled on it. And Gardewine will go to the line and shoot 2 here with 1:39 to go in the third quarter.
Marshall Mellendorf into the ball game, picks up that foul. He has a couple of them now for Dieterich.
Bonoff has 21 or 22. I'm sorry.
No.
Gardewine's first foul shot rolls off, no good.
I've got him with 22, Greg.
22, thank you. I wrote down one, and then Charlie made the announcement. I forgot to write down the other one. Okay, so 22 for Bonoff, 50 in the tournament. Gardewine got it. So a miss and a make. Gardewine with 9 now, and it's 44-32. Dieterich with them all in a 12-point lead. A minute and a half left in the third quarter. A Heron drives inside, pulls up for 2. Shot short. He hustles in after his own rebound. Got tied up in a jump with Zach Gardewine. And that'll get out of bounds to St. Anthony.
Boy, St. Anthony fans were hoping and thinking and wishing that might have been a Heron's 4th foul, but the jump ball will give it to the Bulldogs.
Devin ran in and grabbed a hold of the ball, not anybody else. There's a runner by Gardewine, no good. Bonoff the rebound, and then Gardewine after the ball knocked Bonoff down, and that's a foul.
So it'll be Andrews' second personal. Team racks up another one. It'll be their 4th this half.
So Dieterich will inbound to bring it to the length of the floor. 44-32 Dieterich. Minute 10 to go. Third quarter. Bonoff across the half line. Cabas bumps him out of bounds, and that's a foul.
Pretty easy call for the official to make there at the timeline on Cabas' first and the team's 5th.
So Mellendorf's down, and Travis Niemerg back in for Dieterich. And Niemerg will inbound here. 44-32. Cabas got that foul on the hip out of bounds. Dieterich looks to get it inbounded. Lance Niemerg down court underneath. A Heron, he got shoved. Still got the shot to go. Got shoved out of the lane and still kissed it off the glass. A Heron scores. Nieberg the foul, and a Heron will try to make it a 3-point play.
A Heron makes sure he gave Bonoff 5. He's the one who set him up with the pass. And then Jeff Nieberg trying to recover, gets called for his second.
Felly gets a breather for the rest of the third quarter as Clayton Campton checks back in here for Dieterich. So a Heron was 6. Getting ready with his foul shot. It's up and it's good. 7-4 a Heron. Back to a 15-point lead now for Dieterich, 47-32. So the Bulldogs had the run, got it down to 7. Now it's back up to 15. Cabas gets it up court, had to really be creative to catch that one. Andrew Gardewine inside, and he got called for traveling. Bonoff flashed in front of him. They say that caused an extra step, and the Bulldogs turn it over. Just their second turnover in the quarter.
And that's why they've been able to build a little bit of a rally here.
Bonoff in backcourt for Dieterich. We're down to 45 seconds in the third quarter. These championship games always go fast. Bonoff gets fouled by Cabas. And that's enough to put Dieterich in the bonus.
And that's not going to help St. Anthony's cause in a comeback because Dietrich's going to have the opportunity to shoot a lot of free throws on fouls from St. Anthony.
Feldick's break is over. Nick's coming back in. Lance Niemer gets a breather. So Jeff runs them in and out, and everybody gets a little bit of a breather here before the fourth quarter.
And he's got his rotation of 6 or 7 kids, and he just kind of is trying to keep everybody fresh.
Bonoff's foul shot came out. No good. Nieberg rebound for St. Anthony. You could hear a gasp on the Dieterich side of the floor when that came out. Cabas crossed the half line. Half minute to go in the third quarter. Grunlow, Cabas, side to Zach Gardewine. Inside, Nieberg, he can't shoot. Cabas, Grunlow, they're covering him up now after he had that good little run there. Nieberg out to Zach Gardewine, goes baseline. Ooh, pretty close to a travel. Over to Andrew Gardewine, got it stripped, and a foul on Dieterich.
I think Campton's going to be the guilty party, but there was a couple of moving Maroons in the vicinity. So we'll make sure as Dan Held sends the signal into the scorer's table, and it is Campton picking up his first, and it's the 5th on Dieterich.
16 seconds left, third quarter. Cabas will inbound here for St. Anthony. In the corner to Grunlow. He's trapped. He got it out the Gardewine somehow. To Zach Gardewine, to Cabas. We're down to 9. Running down the third quarter clock. Cabas in the lane. Shoots for 2. It's off the mark. Rebound, Dieterich. Came to Felding. He just dribbles it out of trouble. Now throws it down court, and it hit the side of the rim. Whoa! That would have lit the place up. As it is, Dieterich bent, but they didn't break. They're back up 15 as they go to the fourth quarter. At the NTC Tournament Championship game at Altamont, Dieterich 47, St. Anthony 32 on 97.9 XFM.
Culver's of Effingham supports all local athletes. All teams, stop by in your uniform after the game for a free One Scoop Sundae.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today. Morrow Shoes, Boots, and Repairs, your Tony Alauman Red Wing dealer, congratulates all the teams and wishes them the best. Stop by and see Morrow's today. Martin's IGA Plus has everything you'll need to make a great meal, from certified Angus beef, fresh fruits and vegetables, and mouth-watering bakery items. Check us out at martinsiga.com.
Ready for the fourth quarter of the National Trail Conference Tournament Championship game. It's Dieterich 47, St. Anthony 32. Bonoff gets the ball in for Dieterich. They get the ball to start this fourth and final quarter. Lance Niemerg with it on the wing. Dieterich won it a couple of years ago. Altamont won it last year. Dieterich poised and ready to win again. Travis Niemerg the catch against 3, and he got fouled by somebody, I think Andrew Gardewine. Yep. So Andrew picks up the foul, and it'll be 1-1 here for the Maroons.
That's his third foul in the ball game. It'll be the team's 8th this half.
Kyle Hartke's back in for St. Anthony. Been a long time since Kyle's been out there. Andrew Gardewine gets a breather here for the Bulldogs. 7:38 left in regulation. 15-point lead here for Dieterich. Travis Niemerg foul shot. Good. He has 3. That makes it 48-32. Tell you what, even on one good wheel, it's meant a lot to Dieterich to have his presence out there tonight.
Well, absolutely. He's got some blocked shots, and he's grabbed 8 rebounds.
Foul shot good. He has 4, and it's 49-32. All-tournament team will be announced after the game. Tough job every year. Maybe this year more than ever. Cabas with the basketball for St. Anthony, now to Grunlow. Out top, Hartke now to Cabas. Way cross court to Hartke. Loads it up for 3. No good. Back of the rim. Rebound comes to Grunlow. Powers up, puts it up, and got it. Grunlow with 9 now, and it's 49-34.
Give a lot of credit on that to Cabas. He kept that rebound alive.
Down to 7 minutes to go. Bonoff. Side to Lance Niemerg. Takes it out top. Now to Felding. Nick looking inside. Nobody home, so he leaves it with Bonoff. And the guard's just pretty much taking it over here now for Dieterich. Bonoff. Left side. Stops. Out top. Lance Niemerg. They don't have to shoot until they get a good one. They're up 15 here. Felding. Long 3. Short. Rebound out of bounds. And Cabas touched it last. Excuse me. I guess Zach Gardewine touched it last. Or Hartke, they were all there. Out of bounds off St. Anthony. Felding will inbound here for Dieterich on the baseline. Right in front of the Dieterich cheerleaders. They're all grinning. Bounce pass into Bonoff in the corner. He comes back baseline. Swings it out top. Lance Niemerg for 3. It's short. Rebound caught by Bonoff, though. He gets it inside to a Heron, but threw it at his feet. Grunlow the steal for St. Anthony. So Nick comes away with the ball. Dieterich's first turnover this quarter. Hartke, baseline, shot for 2. Side of the backboard, no good. Rebound, Felding for Dieterich. And Nick will get it over to Bonoff, who will get it across the half line. Pull up from the free throw line. In and out, no good for Bonoff. Battle for the rebound. It's off Cabas, out of bounds. Cavus and Lance Niemerg both went tipped over tumblers and
knees over elbows.
There you go. That'll work. And then finally ended up off Cavus. Dieterich will inbound on their baseline. Down to 5:57 to play. Bonoff got hit by Cavus on the inbound. No foul on James, and that'll send Bonoff to the line.
And Cavus has picked up his third foul. 1-1. Should be the final 1-1 of the night for Dieterich, as that's the team's ninth.
Zach Gardewine comes out. And Nieberge back for St. Anthony. And we got towels. Mr. Kachuk, the principal here at Altamont, working hard, lapping up some perspiration. Jerry can do it all.
Mr. Niehaus feeling good about his job security as he kind of gives a little ribbing out there to Mr. Kachuk.
Yeah, he's on tenure. He's good. 49-34. Anyway, Bonoff.
And it continues.
Ripping him right off the floor. 49-34. Bonoff with a chance to add to it here with a 1 and bonus for Dieterich. Down to 5:56 to go. Bonoff has 22 already. Went over 1,000 for his career. They did the official recognition right after the third quarter ended. Foul shot no good, and Rios the rebound for St. Anthony. Grunlow to Hartke. Kyle brings it out top. Bounce pass in the lane to Nieberg and out of Cavus. Wade cross court to Grunlow. Loads it up for three. No good. A little strong this time. Off Travis Niemerg, out of bounds. It'll stay with St. Anthony. Andrew Gardewine for Hartke for St. Anthony. Marshall Mellendorf for Travis Niemerg for Dieterich. John Bonoff watching from Greenville says go Maroons. Hello, John.
Aaron McManaway watching in Hawaii.
Aloha. Pass inbounded, and it went off nobody. I thought it hit Bonoff's hand, but he got it back in.
I did too.
So it'll be Dietrich's ball to inbound.
I would have made the wrong call on that one, apparently.
Well, anyway, you know the direction never did change.
No.
So maybe it never did hit anybody. Down court, they got behind everybody. Lance Niemerg shot for two, good. I'll give Rios credit. He tried to get there. But Lance Niemerg sneaked inside and got the layup, and it's 51-37. Back up 17. Cavus for three for St. Anthony, no good. Rebound Lance Niemerg. He ended up out of bounds.
But he threw it off of Nieberg
as he was heading back to earth.
Wow.
He threw it off Nieberg out of bounds, so it's Dietrich's basketball. Feldick to Lance Niemerg. Underneath, a Heron lays it up, no good, but he got fouled on it. Boy, it rolled off the front of the rim. But he got fouled, and a Heron to the line to shoot two here with 5:05 remaining.
And we've had a couple of instances where Dietrich kind of got behind the St. Anthony defense, but that's because St. Anthony has to take chances. They're down 17 with 5 minutes to play. They've got to gamble and for some steals, and Dietrich's taking care of it and giving themselves opportunity.
Devin Heron with 7, foul shot good. Makes it 52-34. Mellendorf sits down now for Dietrich, and Travis Niemerg back in. Grunlow gets a breather for St. Anthony. Braden Puckett is back in. So the lead's back to 18 for Dietrich. It was 19, and then St. Anthony cut it to single digits. And now it's back to 19 as both the foul shots are good. And Heron has 9 now. No, that's not
No,
right.
you're correct. Yes, you're correct.
He does have 9. All right. Makes it 53-34. The lead is 19 for Dietrich. Nieberg in the lane. Baseline to Puckett. Couldn't find the handle. Turnover on the Bulldogs.
I have that as their first turnover of the quarter.
Coaches like that.
Yep. After only 2 in the third quarter after the rash of them in the first half.
Clayton Campton came in for Dietrich, that last dead ball. To Lance Niemerg to Bonoff. Bonoff out top, gets double teamed. St. Anthony, of course, wants the ball. Off to Campton. There's 2, and Lance Niemerg works the weave. Now Niemerg curls underneath. They get it Bonoff. Reverse layup is blocked by Rios. And then we've got a jump. Rios for St. Anthony and a Heron for Dietrich. The two big boys went at it in the lane, and held ball will give it over to St. Anthony.
And Mr. Kachuk will make another appearance.
So Jerry is working hard. Losing weight has really picked up his mobility and his speed now.
St. Anthony calls timeout, Greg.
4.5 to go. Back back in a minute. Championship of the NTC tournament. Dieterich 53, St. Anthony 34. We're on 97.9 XFM.
Stevens Industries, in business for 55 years and an employee-owned company, has produced a winning team and has job opportunities available from production office to the manufacturing floor.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Game, 4.5 to go. It's Dieterich 53, St. Anthony 34. It was 14-1 Dieterich after the first quarter. 35-16 at halftime. 19-point game. It's a 19-point game now. St. Anthony put quite a run on there in the third quarter. Got it down to 7. And now it's back to 19, and here's a steal of a pass. Angle pass right into the hands of Travis Niemerg for Dieterich. Second turnover on the Bulldogs in this fourth quarter. Bonoff thought about a shot. Passes it out top instead. Chris is watching from South Texas. He's not rooting anyone except for the best high school basketball tournament in the country. He's just rooting for the tournament. Me too, Chris. Thanks for the shout-out from Texas. 3:58 to go. Bonoff gets fouled. Might be by Rio. I'm just guessing here.
All that dribbling and all that traffic, somebody had to pick up a personal.
1-1 instead of 5-5.
Cabas
went in close.
Has his fourth, but James has done a nice job for the Bulldogs, particularly here in the second half.
More on Totopoulos' win over Taylorville this evening, 61-55. Turns out T-Town won by 14 after being down by 18. Wow, that's twice this year they've done that. Come back from way back to win a game. Nick, congratulations.
Nick Feldick back, Lance Niemerg out for Dieterich.
And the first foul shot by Bonoff was good. Second one, no good, right?
That's correct.
23 in the game. St. Anthony gets the rebound off the second shot miss. Cabas lost the handle, gets it back. Out court pass, knocked loose, regained by Gardawan. Down the lane, feeds inside, Puckett layoff, hammered out of bounds. Niemerg and Heron both blocked that shot. I never saw a double block.
Oh, I think you have now.
They both knocked it out of bounds. Cabas inbounds on the baseline. In the corner, Grunlow for three. Got it. Nick Grunlow with a dozen.
All in the second half.
Keeping St. Anthony afloat. It's 54-37. Pressure in backcourt. Dieterich beats it. Feldick down court. Baseline, Travis Niemerg. Out top to Bonoff. Down to 3:15 to go. And a reach-in foul. Puckett, maybe.
I'll wait for the official because I've been wrong before. And he sent three numbers in there.
I
think he got it to 3-1, Braden Puckett.
I think that's a violation.
He kind of counted us down, 3-2-1, but he got 3-1 signaled in.
Oh, man. So a Heron going to the line here for Dieterich. Maroons up 17 with 3:13 to go. A Heron's foul shot, good. Devin in double figures with 10. He has 33 in the tournament. But it's not all points about him.
No. Defense, block shots, rebounds.
Betcha.
Presence, just changing the offense's ideas.
Absolutely. Foul shot, no good. Rebound Rios for St. Anthony. And got an update. T-Town was down 10 and won by 8. There, we have updated getting that from a trusted source. So T-Town was down 10, won by 8. They beat Taylorville this evening. Shot, no good by Grunlow for 2. Puckett the rebound. Loose. Stolen by Feldick for Dieterich. Going to the hole. Lays it up. No good. Offensive foul. Grunlow got back there and took the charge. And it's a turnover for Dieterich. And a foul on Feldick.
Well, that was impressive the way Grunlow got back there in order to get set up and draw the charge. And Nick Feldick picks up his first foul, and that's Dieterich's second turnover of the fourth quarter.
We're down to 2:40 to go. 55-37 Dieterich. Gardewine a long three, loops out, no good. Rios the rebound, can't shoot, needing help out the Gardewine. Baseline, corner, Cavas for three, short, rebound. Gardewine knocked it loose. Lance Niemerg ends up with it, though, for Dieterich. Off to Bonoff, and he walks it across the half line. Because that takes more time. Dieterich wouldn't mind killing any clock at all here. Lance Niemerg, Feldick, and Bonoff. Big play catch out here around top of the three-point circle. And Puckett on defense gets a foul for St. Anthony with 2:08 to go.
So I believe Braden just got whistled for his third. So Dieterich was just working the weave out top amongst the guards, and then Puckett picks up the foul. The Dieterich fans on their feet. They are awaiting the trophy here at the end of the game.
Bonoff's foul shot good. Alex Bonoff with 24 now, 52 tournament points. And Rios, Cavas, and Grunlow sit down for St. Anthony. Green's back. Kyle Burgoyce in for the first time tonight. And pick up who else is.
Yeah.
Nieberge came back. That's the other kid. Foul shot's good, by the way. Bonoff has 25 now. Inside, pass knocked away and stolen by Dieterich. We're down to 1:57 to go. Fourth turnover for St. Anthony here in the fourth. Lance Niemerg with the ball for the Maroons. Baseline, Travis Niemerg. No, Gardewine stepped in front of it, got the steal. So Andrew Gardewine comes out of there with it on the third turnover for Dieterich. Corner, Burgoyce drives on two in the lane. Nieberge to the hole. Shot knocked away by Heron. Nieberge hustles in, grabs the rebound for St. Anthony, and got fouled by Dieterich. Nieberge working hard in there.
That was a Heron's fifth block by my count in the ball game to go along with his 10 points and 5 rebounds.
Hartke for Gardewine for St. Anthony. And Mellendorf for Travis Niemerg for Dieterich. And here the Dieterich fans cheering. Wasn't sure he'd even play. And had a good night here for Dieterich. Nieberge's foul shot, no good. Rebound, Dieterich got it. Finally, Lance Niemerg somehow got it to Marshall Mellendorf. It's a 20-point lead, by the way, on those two foul shots by Bonoff. That's the new biggest lead of the night for Dieterich at 57-37. And we're down to 1:18 to go. Feldick to Lance Niemerg. Niemerg on the dribble, picks it up now, bounce pass to a Heron. He hands it to Bonoff. He says, here, you take this thing. Bonoff cuts through the defense, puts it up, won't go, but he did draw the foul once they peel him off the floor. No, Mellendorf got the worst end of it in there. People were trying to get to Bonoff and ran over poor Marshall in the meantime. Bonoff, meanwhile, checking the parts. I bet he is gassed, man.
Well, he's put a big effort into this tournament. He was huge in their victory over St. Elmo Brownstown, and he's come up big once again here tonight.
Foul shot, good. 26 for Bonoff. Remember, he came in that SEB game, hit that big three, and then came right back, hit another two. Down go a Heron, and Nick Feldick for Dieterich. And the Dieterich fans get fired up again. They bring back in to the fray Noah Harmon. Foul shot is...
I didn't see, Greg.
Must have been good because the way they scattered. So Bonoff was 27, and it's 59-37. Burgoyce shoots for three for St. Anthony. It's short. Lance Niemerg the rebound for Dieterich, and the clock's running fast. We're down to 45 seconds. Bonoff across the half line. Who better to have the ball? Gives it to Lance Niemerg. Now Campton in that weave out there out top. Mellendorf hits the deck again, but he's back up to set a screen. Bonoff got it knocked loose. St. Anthony comes away with it. Puckett had it, and he gets fouled. Not exactly what Dieterich had in mind. Down to 28 seconds left.
So it'll be a 1-on-1 opportunity for Puckett on the foul by Campton, his second.
Trying to make sure I got everybody credit that's in there. St. Anthony's got Green, Hartke, Nieberge, Puckett, and Burgoyce. Puckett at the line here. Braden puts it up, and no good. Back of the rim, rebound, picked up by Burgoyce, and he puts it up, no good. Lance Niemerg, the rebound for Dieterich, and that's going to run it down to 20. And timeout Dieterich. They want to get the last of the starters out and give the Dieterich fans one more chance to holler for this ball club. And look at him. Gave Alex Bonoff so big a hug, he pulled him off the floor. 18 seconds left. Melissa, let's take a 30-second. Oh, let's keep it here.
Yeah,
let's just keep it here.
I don't think it's going to take long.
The hug didn't take long. Now, Dieterich's running now with Harmon and Mellendorf. Travis Elmore's out there. Hampton and Cody Gephardt's in for the first time tonight for Dieterich. So that's who's in for Dieterich to run this last 18 seconds of this championship game off. Mellendorf inbounds in backcourt to Gephardt. Down to 15, down to 14. Cody knows how to put the wagons in a circle. Down to 10, down to 9. Down to 8, down to 7. Dieterich fans getting on their feet. Clapping starting. 4, 3, 2. Here comes the horn. That's the show. Dieterich moving Maroons, the champions of the 2015 National Trail Conference Tournament. Final score here at Altamont. Dieterich 59, Altamont 37. Excuse me, Dieterich 59, St. Anthony 37. Dieterich outscores St. Anthony 12-5 in the fourth quarter to set the final score. A 22-point win for the Maroons. They're now 23-0. We're going to have the presentation of the all-tournament team, which means I think we'll take a break. Matt will be back with the post-game stats here in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Culver's of Effingham supports all local athletes. All teams, stop by in your uniform after the game for a
They just handed out the championship plaque to the Dieterich Moving Maroons. Dieterich kids holding their plaque up high. St. Anthony was presented with the second place plaque as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Greg Sapp.
Greg Sapp getting set to announce the all-tournament team to the huge crowd here at Altamont High School.
And over here for all 14 games. What a week, huh, everybody? I'm going to say Mr. everybody here at Altamont. They have been wonderful hosts again this year. Thank you, Altamont Community High School.
Thanking Altamont Community High School for hosting the event, doing an excellent job as always.
Also, again, to be the presenter and the congratulator, the Honorable John Cavaletto, State Representative. Thank you, John.
John Cavaletto has stayed around to pass out the plaques.
There's no winners in the game. No losers in the game like this. No losers. Thank you very much, guys. Keep up the hard work. Very good. You're all done, coach, and from the state representative, John Cavaletto. All right. Every year, it gets tougher and tougher for the selection committee to decide who are the 12 people.
After Cavaletto said some nice words, here's Greg getting set to announce the all-tournament team. In no particular order.
Cougars, Evan Langley.
Evan Langley makes the all-tournament team from South Central. He was here earlier to collect his scholarship.
From the St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles, Malachi calling JoJo Maxey.
Malachi Maxey from St. Elmo Brownstown put an electrifying performance together, especially against Dieterich.
From Calvin Herrick Hornets, small and mighty, Connor Blackerby.
Cowden Herrick's Connor Blackerby, just a sophomore, recognized with the all-tournament team nod.
From the Alabama Indians, Ryan Armstrong.
Another sophomore makes the all-tournament team, Ryan Armstrong of Altamont, member of the Consolation Championship squad.
By the way, these are in no particular order. I should have said that at the outset. From the St. Anthony Bulldogs, Nick Grunlow.
St. Anthony Bulldogs, Nick Grunlow makes the all-tournament team. From Altamont, Thomas Caravello came off the bench and provided huge lifts for the Indians throughout the tournament.
From the Dieterich Movement Maroons, Nick Feldick.
Nick Feldick gets a huge ovation from the fans here, especially those from Dieterich.
From the South Central Cougars, Brett Harmeyer.
South Central's Brett Harmeyer receives all-tournament recognition.
From the St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles, Landon Fiesel.
Another sophomore makes the all-tournament team. This one from St. Elmo Brownstown. It's Landon Fiesel.
From the Dieterich Movement Maroons, Devin Aheron.
Dieterich, Devin Aheron. The 6'6" senior from Dieterich accepts his all-tournament plaque.
From the St. Anthony Bulldogs, Andrew Gardewine.
St. Anthony's Andrew Gardewine, also a recipient of the all-tournament team trophy.
And from the Dieterich Movement Maroons, Alex Bonoff.
Dieterich's Alex Bonoff wraps up the all-tournament team. Played an outstanding week of basketball for Dieterich.
Congratulations, gentlemen. You made it a great week. Big round of applause for our all-tournament team. Thank you very much.
And there's your all-tournament team for the 2015 National Trail Conference. 80th annual NTC tournament wraps up with Dieterich, the number one seed, coming in. They improved to 23-0 as St. Anthony slips to 14-8 with the loss. Final score, Dieterich 59, St. Anthony 37. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some post-game stats. We'll chat with the coaches as well as we wrap up the 80th annual National Trail Conference tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Morrow Shoes, Boots, and Repairs, your Tony Alauman Red Wing dealer, congratulates all the teams and wishes them the best. Stop by and see Morrow's today. Martin's IGA Plus has everything you'll need to make a great meal, from certified Angus beef, fresh fruits and vegetables, and mouth-watering bakery items. Check us out at martinsiga.com.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports. Russ Broniker Cadillac, Buick, and GMC, located on South Route 45 in Effingham, proud supporters of our local and area high school sports teams.
Welcome back to the National Trail Conference Tournament. The teams are getting set for their pictures. Dieterich with their champion plaque and St. Anthony with their second-place plaque here from the 80th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. Congratulations to both of those ball teams on a well-played game. Dieterich jumped out to the early lead, but St. Anthony made a furious comeback to cut what was a 19-point lead down to 7. But Dieterich withstood the challenge and ultimately came away with the victory tonight, 59-37. Greg has made his way back up to the booth after going down to the floor and announcing the all-tournament team.
Yeah.
And, Greg, if you want to go ahead and give the point totals, that'd be a great opportunity.
I'd love to do it. Here is a look at it. Dieterich now 23-0 with the win here tonight over St. Anthony, 59-37. 14-1 Dieterich after a quarter. It was 35-16 Maroons at halftime. 47-32 Dieterich after 3 quarters. That's when St. Anthony got it down to 7 after being down 19, but then got it back up to 15 after 3 quarters. And then Dieterich outscored St. Anthony 12-5 in the fourth quarter, and they win it by 22, 59-37. So the score at the end was the biggest disparity in the score for the game. 59-37. Dieterich a winner again, now 23-0. St. Anthony is now 14-8 on the campaign. Here is a look at the scoring in this one. For St. Anthony, Kyle Hartke and Connor Green played hard. So did Zach Gardewine, so did Chandler Martelli and Braden Puckett and Kyle Burgoyce, but none of them scored. Derek Rios had 1 point tonight. Andrew Gardewine had 9. Nick Grunlow had 12. Jeff Nieberge had 11. And James Cavas had 4. Quarters for St. Anthony, 1, and 15, 16, and 5 for their 37 points. Again, they're now 14-8. For Dieterich, Alex Bonoff, man, where do you start? Dude had 27 tonight, finished with 55 points in the tournament. Lance Niemerg had 4, Travis Niemerg 4, Devin Aheron had 10, Nick Feldick had 13, all in the first half. Cody Gephardt, Marshall Mellendorf, Noah Harmon, Travis Elmore all played. And Clayton Campton had 2. 14, 21, 12, and 12 for Dieterich's 59 points. Maroons a winner, 59-37. And I guess you could hear the all-tournament team well enough.
I announced it and kind of corresponded if they couldn't hear it with you.
Good man. Well, I sort of moved it around because I thought it'd be nice to mention some of the St. Anthony and Dieterich kids last since they had the big crowd here.
That's quite all right. I'll go ahead and take a look at some team stats here.
And let's take a 90-second break. Now, you tell me. I was gone.
Well, I don't know where you were on your list, to be honest, so we probably could use a break, at least a minute.
Then, tell you what, let's take a 1-minute break, Melissa. Our final score again, Dieterich 59, St. Anthony 37. Postgame show at the NTC Championship game on 97.9 XFM.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Stevens Industries, in business for 55 years and an employee-owned company, has produced a winning team and has job opportunities.
The post-game show. And congratulations on your kids hanging tough, coming back as you did later in the game, and giving it all you had.
Right. Our boys didn't quit. They didn't give up. They kept fighting, no matter what the score was, and, that's what I expect of them, and that's exactly what they did. So, we definitely did a good job, and hats off to Dieterich. They had a great ball club. They shot well, they played hard, they played intense, they came out ready to play, and I felt like we had a few guys that, as a team overall we didn't, and we just did not get off to the start that we needed to. Knowing that coming in, it's been a rough spot for us. It's coming out well out of the gates, and it continued tonight, and probably worse than it has in, any other game. So, give a lot of credit to Dieterich for that, but I felt like we definitely did not get out to the start we needed to.
you never know what it's going to take, or something somebody says, or the atmosphere, or what. You never know how a game is going to get started. And you've seen it, start of a game, start of a third quarter. Those are probably the two most crucial times of a game.
Absolutely. I mean, and I felt like we just kind of came out and played right into their hands. We didn't play aggressive. We didn't play with any kind of passion. Well, I mean, first possession I thought we did well, but after that, once they went to that zone and they kind of put some long arms around us, I mean, that's something we've been working on for 2 weeks now in practice. I mean, just having a nice this in the back of our head, and I don't know. I got out here. Maybe it's the bright lights. Maybe part of it's being, having some juniors out there, some younger kids that aren't, still kind of finding their way as the varsity level. But, we got to start a game better than we did tonight. And if you're not hitting shots, finding a way to be patient. It's something I've been preaching, and, we can't keep chucking up stuff. Sometimes you might as well just hold it. I mean, I don't know. It was a tough one to take, that's for sure.
Jeff Nieberg, was a real bright spot. He worked hard and got you 9 points real quickly there when you really needed him.
Yeah, and Jeff played a great ball game. Really worked his tail off, fought tooth and nail on the boards. Like you said, aggressively attacked the bucket. I mean, I thought that was one guy. We got him in there. We hit him in the middle and did the things we talked about, attacking right at him. Don't be scared of him. And he didn't, and that was the way he was able to have a nice ball game. So
Matt talks on the broadcasts about in a zone how if you can get it to the middle, then that gives you some maneuvering. That lets you work and maybe get a good shot.
Absolutely. And when we were able to do that, when our boys, took their time, they passed faked it, they worked it around, they made two collapse, and they opened up the middle, we were able to get it there and did some good things. We still got to find ways to not just turn and throw chest pass whenever that's where their arms are. We've got to see the angles a little better, and, it's something that's a work in progress. We still got a month left that we're going to continue to work on.
Absolutely. Other kids that helped, I know Andrew, he just always plays hard. We talk about him. He got 9 points, and he isn't afraid to take it inside against anybody.
No, he's not. I mean, he's a good athlete. He's got, good skills there around the hoop. And, I told him there at halftime we needed him to be aggressive, both defensively and offensively, and I thought he did. He came out and hit a big little shot on the baseline and forced a couple turnovers for us. Kind of got us to feeling good, which allowed, Jeff and Nick to hit some shots, and even James stepped in and hit a shot. So, there were some good things. Second half especially, there was some more good things. End of the first half was decent. So, we'll go back and watch the film and learn from it and, try to keep improving.
Yeah, show them that third quarter. And that might be a motivator. Got the fans riled up. You were down 19, got it within 7.
Yeah, exactly. So we're capable. We are very capable. Now, it's just a matter of starting a game that way. So, maybe there'll be some changes coming along here just to find a group that can start the game. We play deep anyway. See which group starts the game best and which group comes off the bench and, go from there.
We were talking to John Nieberg this afternoon from Altamont about how the season goes. You got Thanksgiving tournament, Christmas tournament, January tournament, regionals. You're 3/4 of the way.
Yeah.
So, but you still got some time, as you said.
Right, still got some time, still got some improving to do, and, anything can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got some variety, and you got some kids who coaches are always fond of telling me, yeah, they might be a sophomore, yeah, they might have not played much as a junior, but by golly, we're pretty far into the season. It's time maybe you drop those labels.
I agree with them 100%. I mean, we're to that point where, it's you got to find the guys that work and fit best together, and, you may just have to let them ride it out. So, I don't know. It's definitely to that point of the season where labels are kind of off. They've all been in the system. They've all worked, together. We've practiced, I don't know how many, 50 sometimes already this year. So, yeah.
So, we'll see what comes.
Yep.
But thanks for the visit, and congratulations on getting to the championship.
Yeah, got to keep getting these.
Seeds held.
Yep, got to keep getting to these. We'll eventually win one.
There you go.
All right, thanks, Greg. Appreciate all you do.
You bet. Bulldogs coach Cody Rinker. Appreciate him coming up on the postgame show. Dieterich a winner again tonight here, 59-37. The Maroons are the tournament champions, second time in 3 seasons that Dieterich claims the crown. And Dieterich coach Jeff Stacer makes his way to visit with us here on the postgame show. And Stace, congratulations on the championship.
Wow, Greg, what a night. What a night. I mean, I don't think we're to be denied. I mean, if you were looking in Travis's eyes when I was in the locker room, he wanted it so bad he could, there was fire coming out of his mouth, man.
He wasn't worried about his ankle, was he?
No, he wasn't. And we worked on it now for 3 days, and, he's like, I'm going. Yeah. I can go. And, we thought maybe he'd be 60%, but he was more than 60. So.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't know what to expect, and guys, she seemed to move very fluidly. And
yeah. I mean, credit to Coach Farmer and Coach Traub and everybody that helped get him where he needed to be. You know what I'm saying? Coach Van Sock at the school, we were, the ice and the heat, and Epsom salts, and, we're trying to pull out all the tricks.
I tell you what, a great start can't be beat, and you guys just came out of the gate on all 8.
I mean, it was, you just kept looking at it and going, they only have 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
They only have 1 point. And I don't know how many times I said that to myself, and I'm like going getting toward the end of the quarter, I'm going, wow, unbelievable. I mean, just the defense was there. I mean, in all fairness, St. Anthony had some good looks too, and they just didn't hit the shots, and the ball bounced out from them, and next thing you know, we're off the other way, and that had to be frustrating for them, I'm sure.
Yeah, 14-1 after the first quarter, got it up to 19. Then here they came and got it down to 7. You must have called a smart timeout because that's when things started to turn around your favor.
I'm getting ribbed because my boys are going, Coach, you're going to give us one of these halftime speeches where we score 2 or 4 points, and I thought I was into one again tonight, So, but we called the timeout, and I just said, hey, let's forget everything. Let's get with it and get into the game. And from there, I think we got a couple buckets. And it snowballs on you. You got a lead. You think, okay, just take care of the basketball, knock down this or knock down that. And then all of a sudden, they hit 2 threes, and it's like, oh, my gosh, here they come. And it's like, all right, let's get back in the flow. And we did. We did really good job.
Your demeanor during the timeout I watched, you're just matter of fact, okay, all right, let's talk, let's chat here, let's get this fixed, and they got it fixed.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, when you're a coach, you don't know what to expect. 3 years ago, we had Dalton Henneshear and Austin Bushu and Brandon Westjohn. Great group. Last year with Tanner, and Josh Campbell. And we're trying to build on some things here. And obviously right now we've got talent, luxury of having 2 6'6" kids, a 6'7" kid coming off the bench. We got Marshall, who's a senior at 6'2". And we measure, I guess, we've been talking about wingspan and all that, so Mom and Dad wagered 6'5" wingspan on Marshall.
Oh, my.
So, we've got some things that we can cover there. His little freshman brother's 6'7" now, I guess, on the wingspan. I'm like, okay, so we got some people coming. We're going to get there, but they're buying into everything, and they're working hard. And I know we take a different approach maybe than St. Anthony or an Altamont, get up and play that right in your face. But we're more, let's just trap and see what we can get, and umbrella the defense. And, right now I think that with our quickness, it's throwing some people for a loop. You're taking advantage of that.
You're making it tough for people to make passes.
Yeah. Alex is out there, and you got Nick, and people don't realize how fast Nick and Lance are, I don't think, and how hungry. That thing, it's kind of like you don't refer to them as dogs or anything, but it's like that's a bone out there, that orange ball, and they just go after it, man. It's fun. You see their eyes. Sitting over here on the bench as coaching, you're just going, do they get it? All of a sudden, those eyes go, and Nick and Lance go for it. I'm like, wow, here we go. So. Great thing to see.
It's exciting stuff. And you're 23-0, and that O is always there, and you want to hang on that O. And I've had people tell me through the years, maybe a loss would be good for them. I think, heck no.
No.
I would just keep on winning.
I as a coach, why would you ever be a proponent of losing?
Yeah. Yeah.
But, 23-0, it's special right now, and to get to this point and to have what has happened, winning tonight, you just... at some point in time, somebody's looking out for us. You know what I'm saying? And, we're just going to cherish this as much as we can. But, we're going to have to go back on Tuesday and play a St. Elmo team. And 2 years ago, we got beat over there by them after winning this tournament. So, maybe we can get a little more coaching, and I'll get out of that. Maybe I'll get the first half speech in instead of the second half.
Oh, man. I know you work with CEO. You've been a presenter there and things like that. Equate what you tell a CEO class to what you tell your kids at basketball court.
Well, what really starts in practice and all that, and what we're trying to do is tell them that the extra mile is never crowded. All right, and anybody can do easy. It's the hard work that makes it great. And when you achieve what we did and they put the work in, it's a really sweet thing to walk in that locker room tonight and go home and get in bed and go, and I'm hoping that the life lesson that we're trying to teach, because I'm a big guy about that, is that not everything's going to go your way. You're not going to win every game on the basketball court. You're not going to get every call. But if you go out and compete every night as hard as you can, and you can look yourself in a mirror the next day and go, I gave everything I had yesterday, and I'm going to give everything I had today, life will turn out great for you no matter what it is. You'll be a success. And, to me, what I'm trying to help them understand is people have money, people don't. It doesn't define success. Success is that proven to yourself that you accept the challenge and you can get through the day and, accomplish something. And what I think they understand now is that the other thing we bring to them is I want you 1% better every day. If all you do is 1% better, we're going to have 65 practices throughout the season. Where are we going to be? And, those kids are, it's like one, and Coach Reed, and Coach Woodruff from Effingham taught me that, the other thing to bring to the kids is win the day. Win the day. And we got a good group of kids that are buying into whatever I'm selling right now, Greg, and I'm telling you what, I'm loving every minute of it because it's fun.
I would be remiss if I didn't let you have a minute to talk about Alex Bonoff. Went over 1,000 points tonight. He is just remarkable to watch.
Thank you. I mean, I wish I could say it was all me. I wish I could say, as a coach, you'd love it. You don't go there. It isn't. We all know our job is to motivate a little bit, put some direction in place, but let the kids play. And he's a kid that has a high basketball IQ. He has a sense for wherever he needs to be on the floor. He goes, oh, yeah, sometimes he gets a little too deep and goes, ooh, I didn't see that 2-inch opening. I can't sliver through there. But by golly, it's like, he can fit through a small place in a hurry.
Yeah.
And, you just got to love his nose, the way he wants to play. And Lakeland was looking at recruiting him, and we talked a little bit. And the guy was here and watched him against Altamont, and he goes, and even his wife goes, wow, I like the way he glides with the ball. He just never, the ball just seems, it's one of those kids that the ball just stays on his hand, it seems like, and he's, and he's going here and going there, and, you can't say enough about him and the three captains we have with Alex and Clayton Campton and Devin Aheron. Those three guys from a leadership perspective have really stepped up to show, with his team, their work ethic, everything they're in. Clayton's one of those kids that's the first guy in the gym and the last guy to leave, and he doesn't really even worry about playing time. He's like, Coach, whatever you give me, I understand you're in charge. I like where we're going. Where do you get that? Greg, this kid's going to be such a success in life because he gets it. And I'm just like, he's like, whatever I got to do to achieve, let's go do it. My talents may not be to get me on the floor all the time. There's so many other things I can bring to the table. And it's just a beautiful thing from a coaching perspective.
I appreciate getting to visit with you, Jeff. Congratulations,
Greg.
on the
pinch me, let me know I won. I knew it was going to be tough coming in. Our kids come out, and they weren't going to be denied tonight, so it's great.
You bet. Dieterich, the champs. Thank you, Jeff Stacer.
Thank you.
You bet.
All right.
Jeff's coach of the Dieterich Moon Maroons. They're the champs of the National Trail Conference Tournament. 59-37, the final score here tonight. Matt, I want to double-check and see whether you have any numbers yet to review.
I have the numbers, I do believe. So let's take a look at them. First for Dieterich, they were 15 of 40 from the field at 38%. But good teams shoot their free throws pretty good. They were 25 of 31, 81% in the game today, and 4 of 13 from the three-point arc at 31%. St. Anthony, 14 of 49 from the field. That's a pretty good percentage, but not as good as what I scribbled down here, so I'm going to redo the math on that. Yeah, 14 of 49, that is 29% for the game for St. Anthony. They were 5 of 12 from the free throw line, 42%, and 4 of 14 from the three-point arc at 29%. I show St. Anthony out rebounding Dieterich 33-26. That's been something that the Bulldogs have done all year, but the turnovers hurt them, especially early. They finished with 18 in the ball game to Dietrich's 10. So those extra possessions helped out the Moving Maroons as well. Taking a look at it individually for St. Anthony here tonight, James Cabas, he was 2 for 7 from the field, finished with a rebound and 4 points. Also, Jeff Niebrigi really got St. Anthony going in the second quarter where he was 4 for 5 from the field, finished 5 of 7 from the field and 1 for 4 at the free throw line with 5 rebounds to go along with 11 points. Braden Puckett was 0 for 1 in the contest. He did grab a rebound, and Kyle Burgoyce was 0 for 2 in the game, also with a rebound in this one. Nick Grunlow was 4 of 9 shooting from the field, 1 of 2 at the line, finished with 7 rebounds to go along with 12 points tonight. Zach Gardewine was 0 for 1 in the contest for the Bulldogs. Kyle Hartke 0 for 2. Connor Green 0 for 3, but he grabbed 4 rebounds. Derek Rios 0 for 7 from the field, 1 of 2 at the line, but had 8 rebounds battling inside with the big boys from Dieterich to finish with his 1 point. And Andrew Gardewine was 3 of 10 from the field, 2 of 4 at the line, 6 rebounds, and 9 points for St. Anthony. For the Dieterich Moving Maroons, Clayton Campton came off the bench, went 1 for 1 for his 2 points. Noah Harmon and Marshall Mellendorf each grabbed a rebound. Lance Niemerg was 1 of 11 from the field, 2 for 2 at the line, 6 rebounds and 4 points. Travis Niemerg, 1 for 1 from the field, 2 for 2 at the line, but he had 7 rebounds, 4 points, and I had him with 3 blocked shots. Also in the game, Devin Aheron finished with 2 of 7 from the field, 6 of 7 at the line, 5 rebounds, 10 points, and 5 blocked shots. Nick Feldick was 4 of 9 from the field, 3 of 5 at the line, 3 rebounds, and 13 points. And Alex Bonoff was 6 of 11 from the field, 11 of 14 at the free throw line, 3 rebounds, and 27 points. That wraps up the stats in this championship game as Dieterich improves to 23-0.
We have talked thank you, Matt. We have talked all week about all the people that are listening and viewing online. Wayne, of course, has been busy with Brandon, his faithful sidekick, to have all these games online, both for audio and video. And Wayne has a recap on some of the places where people were listening and viewing tonight.
Yeah, and I didn't want to just send them to you in a text message all at once because we were kind of busy, you know.
Yeah.
So want to thank a lot of the people. Dalton Hintershear, we know that guy.
You bet.
Said he's watching from Edwardsville, Indiana. Would be at the game, but my professors love to give me homework, he says. Go Maroons.
Hi, Dalton.
Patty Forbes is watching from Whiteland, Indiana, so thank you, Patty. Kyle and Emily Stemke, not far. They're 4 blocks from Altamont Community High School, so they're fine there.
Hello,
they say
Stemke.
great service, and thanks, guys. You got John Bonoff earlier. He's watching from Greenville. Kim Carlson is watching from Maryville, Illinois, and says congratulations to Dieterich High School. There is a ton. Frank Jenkins is watching 3 blocks from the radio station, Greg.
Hi, Frank.
Yeah, he could have come up there and maybe got Melissa some water or something so she wouldn't have to leave the studio. And that's the ones on 97.9 XFM. Over on KJ Country's Facebook page, Deb and Brian Long said they've been watching from St. Elmo all week long. Sarah McVicker Campbell was watching from O'Fallon, Missouri, and said go Maroons. And then we got some other messages. And some of these I have to go through. They're off of Twitter. Got some from California. We got some from Hawaii. Matt, you got one from Hawaii. Got one from New York. Got one from Boston that talked about the snow, but still able to watch the tournament online.
Got the snow off the dish, and they were okay.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know if we're on a dish, and we'll have to look into that.
There you go.
That's the next year's tournament. There you go. Charlie, where are you? But we cruised past 7,700 tonight, so it was really, really good.
Thank you much. Wayne, wonderful
You guys
job,
did a great job.
as always. I'm going to go home and watch some of these sometime now that I'm finally done broadcasting.
You're going to need a lot of time because the whole week's on there, dude.
I know it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wayne.
Have fun listening to yourself, by the way.
Yeah.
And Matt.
Thank you. I'll listen to Matt's part. That's Wayne Moran. He and Brandon from the House of Wayne made sure we had audio and video on all the games live, and now they're all archived already on the website. So check it out as you have the opportunity. All right. Let's say thanks again, as I did downstairs, to everybody here at Altamont. My goodness, they do such a wonderful job. Mr. Pricknick and Mr. Kachuk and Mr. Arnold and the coaches, again, John Nieberg and Katie Lurkins for giving up the gym or arranging their practice schedules so the kids from the other teams can come and get ready. That's quite a sacrifice, and it's always appreciated. And all the maintenance staff here in the cafeteria group, man, they did a wonderful job. All the restaurants who supplied food for the hospitality room, they take such great care of us, and we sure appreciate that. Thanks to all the coaches. Sometimes they're really happy to come up and talk, and some of them, the last thing they want to do is come up and talk. But they do. But they do, and I appreciate that. And I know you all like to hear from them. This is, Matt and I talk about this every year, this is our one opportunity to hear about everybody in the National Trail. Maybe our one chance to see some of these teams and broadcast their games. So we want to take advantage of the opportunity, and the listenership we've seen through the years and the friendships and the loyalty here have always been something that we appreciate, treasure, actually. We get to see wonderful friends and make new ones every year. That's what makes it special.
It really is. It's the people that make the tournament special, and it's the people from all of the communities involved in the National Trail Conference. And you're right, getting the opportunity to see these teams, interact with the coaches, the players, it's really a special opportunity that I cherish and really appreciate that we're afforded this opportunity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks again to Wayne and everybody, Brandon and everybody who worked hard on the video and audio streaming all this week. That was really a nice addition a few years ago, and we were glad to do that again this year. Thanks, obviously, to Dave for letting us do it. Thanks to everybody back at the studio. They do tons of work. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Courtney. Thank you, Flex. Thank you, everybody else who might have run it. Thank you, Kenna. Gosh, yes, Kenna was our engineer most of the week. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, kiddo, for a good job, all of you this week. You did a great job, so thank you very much. And thanks to Matt. Wonderful job, young man.
Well, I appreciate it. Again, I appreciate the opportunity. It's a pleasure to work with everybody at the studio, and obviously a pleasure to do the games with you. It's really been a fun opportunity that I've enjoyed now for 10 years. Doesn't quite seem that long in a lot of ways, but
hard to imagine.
It has been. And thanks to you for all the hard work and sacrifice, getting all this stuff put together and ready to go each and every day.
My pleasure. I mean that. My pleasure. We are not having a game tomorrow. I hear there's another game.
There might be some sort of football competition.
And Flex tells me I must watch. So, hey, what can I say?
Yeah, I know what the morning show is going to be about on Monday, I believe.
No kidding. It'll either be really happy or really quiet. So we'll find out, all of us, Monday on the morning show. And our next broadcast, by the way, is Tuesday night. We'll have boys action. The Hearts boys are back in action. I don't have my schedule in front of me. Shame on me. I'm pretty sure it's Taylorville in town for the Apollo Conference. And, boy, that game that Dustin and I did at Taylorville, it was colossal. So the rematch at Effingham.